Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Speaking of Horses. We're coming to you today from South Dakota. We're at Wounded Knee, South Dakota, on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Behind me is the mass burial gravesite from the Wounded Knee Massacre of 1890. We're going to take you inside to meet the Olga Sioux, some of the wonderful people we've met, some of their stories, their history. We're also going to take you into the world of what they're doing today, with projects to bring horses into the lives of kids who need something positive in their life to keep them from being troubled teens or kids. The Olga Sioux are a proud and honor-based people. Termed at one time the Wild Oglala, they were the last to be put on a reservation. The Pine Ridge Reservation is nearly 3 million acres between the Badlands of South Dakota and the Nebraska state line. It was established in 1885. It's the site of the famous Wounded Knee, which occurred in 1890. Sitting Bull, who was to attend a ghost dance at Wounded Knee, and fearing that he would start an uprising, Sitting Bull was killed in a gun battle while traveling to Wounded Knee. At Wounded Knee, fearing an uprising at the ghost dance, the U.S. cavalry gunned down approximately 300 Olga Sioux and buried them in a mass grave, hardly marked today. Only 2 sitting U.S. presidents have visited the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Here, Chief Noah Badwound of the Pine Ridge Reservation shakes hands with President Franklin Roosevelt and asks for drought relief. This in the middle of the Dust Bowl and the Depression. It was August 28, 1936. The next president to visit was in 1999. President Bill Clinton listens to Olga Sioux Nation President Harold Salway at the Pine Ridge Reservation this July 7th of 1999 as Clinton was on a 4-state swing. Typical homes on the Pine Ridge Reservation in southwest South Dakota. This picture here was taken in February of 1956. Even as late as 1956, the log cabin and a tent alongside were the mainstay of the residents. While we were in South Dakota, we were able to visit the Wounded Knee site. There, at the site, we found a lady seated under the shade of a pole lodge which dot the countryside in that area. Her name, Kathy Elk. She pointed out her home, which was very close by, and indicated that she spent her days sitting at the base of Wounded Knee, telling the story from the side of the Olga Sioux. Now we come to the story that we really want to tell. The efforts of the Pine Ridge Reservation organizers for the Spirit Horse Society. And this is the reason for the annual trek by vets, vet techs, farriers, and the like out to the reservation. The equine practitioners offering services without compensation to assist with the Horse Spirit Society. In Sioux, Sunaki Okiliochi, or Horse Spirit Society. Now we're at one of our vet sites. We're going to bring in the horses. Our first glimpse of the horses to be vetted for this Horse Spirit Society comes as we see them coming over the hills. The first 70 head are coming in from one pasture. This pasture is over 14,000 acres in just this one pasture. There are no barns, no arenas. Nature grooms them. Kicks or cuts heal on their own. Most injuries heal on their own as they are not seen for days or months. It was said that from last year's vet visit, the owners are making a strong attempt for more hands-on instruction and more improvement in vetting and caring for the horses. Now the horses are commonly gathered and herded into a small round pen or pens built for vetting or saddling. and the rest are turned out. Here they're haltered and they're brought in, and the work of our vets begins.
Right, so this guy's got a quarter crack right here, probably from his feet getting too long. We'll see in a second here what the deal is. There's like a hangnail on a person, basically. His foot's in pretty decent shape as far as the conformation of it, except for this. Oh, big guy. Yeah, we need nippers, huh, Zuya? Okay, hoof knife. Which one? Doesn't matter. Oop, doesn't matter for now. Oh, buddy, you're being good. You're being good. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. So it's lower than the rest of the foot now. I'm just going to trim that a little bit so it doesn't keep breaking. Okay, now. Oh, buddy. Yeah, you're being very patient. So now this hits the ground, but this doesn't. So it stops heaving it as much, so it gives it a chance to heal down from the top.
Well, we are here. We are in South Dakota, and we've been telling you all the stories about the Horse Spirit Society and how it all works together with the Olga Sioux and what's been going on here. And I'm really happy to be standing next to one of the founding inspirations for Horse Spirit. I am with Percy Whiteplume. And Percy, tell us just a little bit about how this all came about.
Okay, the Horse Spirit Society was formed in 2008 by some concerned gentlemen. The gentleman that I talked to was very concerned about that, and lo and behold, I had the same concerns. You know, our children are idle. They tend to get into mischief and get into things that ain't good for them. So we started a different names. You know, we tried to get a riding club, and we needed a name. And I do horse training. You know, a lot of horse training, and one of the things is that I learned is that all animals have a spirit, and horses have a spirit, and I learned from that spirit of the horse to be kind, to be able to do what I want and not complain, I guess. And so it was really I was really fortunate to have horses in my life. And what I learned was that you know, they give to me a positive part of themselves, and so I in turn wanted to give that to the children that who otherwise wouldn't be able to ride horse, you know, or have a chance to ride horse. And so we started the Horse Spirit Society, came up with that because the horses, when you train a horse, that's one thing that you want in a horse is to have a spirit, and with that spirit you learn from the horse, you're able to do things with your horse. And so we formed that in 2008, 2009. We partnered up with some veterinarians. The other part of that is that our horses, a lot of our people here that own horses can't afford the veterinary services that come with taking care of a horse. Say he got a cut or has colic, or need hoof trimming, or need some teeth trimming, or things of that nature, and a lot of our people can't afford it. And so we got together with a lady by the name of Paula, and she was very instrumental in bringing together a group of veterinarians that come out every year since 2009, and they provide a free service to those that won't otherwise have the services of veterinary. You know, the closest veterinarian is about 32 miles from here. And if you ask him to come out here, he charges by the mile, and then he charges by the hour. And then on top of that, he charges for the medicine that he gives the horse. So, you know, one visit will cost $300-400, which some of our horse owners don't have. And so this is a very good project that we were all able to come together and be able to do for those that wouldn't otherwise have the services provided.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us. We are here in South Dakota. Now, what we want to show you right now, we're at one of the various points. Now, these veterinarians that all come out here and volunteer work for the Horse Spirit Society, bringing the kids and the horses all together. They come out here and go to various points. We've got some panels set up here right behind the Lakota Cafe in Pine Ridge, the town of Pine Ridge. People are bringing the horses in. Some just rode them over the hills coming in for veterinary care. So right now we're back here with our vets, and we are all doing the veterinary care for these horses, and we'll show you more of that as we go. But these are all horses that come in from different checkpoints, and we do all of this right here. So let's watch. We're doing more vet work right now.
So the easiest way to do that is steer them like a bike. Your back hand on the pole, your front hand on the bridge of the nose, steer them like a bike. See? Also pull his ears towards you a little bit. He's going to shoulder in, and then he's going to take steps. See? So if you pull the ears towards you, that'll be a little better. And he can actually go down, but I got a feeling. So if he lunges forward,
you know
what I'm going to tell my handler is, take him right to the corner and park his head in the corner. That's why you don't pull just down here if the halter fits. You grab the nose band. If you have control of the nose of the horse, you got control of the horse. If he gets just that little joint right there, he'll get his nose tipped back to the far side. He's got the mechanical advantage. He'll just pull you right around him no matter how small he is, right? So it's important to have control of the nose as best you can. So sometimes what we'll do in this situation is this. All right, now I have him here, but I can also shove his nose around. And if I'm firm but kind, he's probably going to relax even more, right? Because he knows I'm confident. He has no reason to be worried.
Well, we are here in beautiful South Dakota, speaking of horses, and right now I'm standing here with Zuya Whiteplume. Now, your father and other people are involved in, along with yourself, with the Spirit Horse Society. Tell us a little bit about that, Zuya.
The Spirit Horse Society was just, they came up with it. A lot of men were getting together to form they wanted to do something for the children. And not only that, to help heal the community.
So what they saw was a need to help the children stay out of trouble, to focus well with the horses, and because the horses are such a history with, the Sioux, it was a perfect fit to get the kids involved, right?
Yes.
So what do you do with this now?
I just train horses, and I try to advocate for the Shun Nahi Okolak each year, the Horse Spirit Society. And I go out and get my nephews and nieces, and I'm related to mostly everybody on the reservation too. So
get them all involved and everything. Now say that in Sioux again, exactly how you say that. Spirit horse.
Shung Nahi Okolak each year.
Okay, I will not attempt to repeat that right now. But so you guys do with the society, you do some rides. How many rides do you do a year with the kids?
About 17.
17. Wow. Well, you've got tons of places out here to ride. You can ride forever.
Yeah, 2.1 million acres. I think it's pretty awesome.
Just a small spread, right?
Yeah.
All right, we are here, South Dakota. We're here with all of the vets that volunteer, and I have CJ. What's your last name again, CJ?
Clifford.
CJ Clifford. Now, you're involved with the Horse Spirit group as well, right?
Yes, I am. I'm one of the organizers and founders, along with Mr. Percy Whiteplume, who's a good brother of mine.
So tell us a little bit more about the history of this organization, the Horse Spirit Society.
Well, back in 2007, we'll go back that far, and we'll look at me and Percy getting together and talking along with our missus and his missus, who is my sister, and myself and my missus and Percy's sister, and we start talking about, you know, other things more that we could do with kids and helping them to learn about horses. And it was by coincidence, you know, that you know, I mean, unfortunately, we lost the auntie, and she had a friend named Paula Arnold, and so we go to one of our aunts after a year's death. We do an honoring for them, you know, and a memorial. So we went there, and here during the memorial, my one of my older brothers, Curtis Puyer, mentioned that there's a lady here that wants to do something with horses and the natives here on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. So I let Percy know, and together we went and approached her and introduced ourselves, and her name was Paula. And so 2007, pretty much toward the end of summer, we talked about it, and by before year's end, 2008 came, Paula had arranged for 4 veterinarians to come out to us. I believe it was 4 veterinarians. So, and they came out to visit, and we got to do for around 80 head, or a little more than 80 head of horses that summer.
Well, you've got many horses out here that are involved in this program, and now the veterinarians come out every year, and you have different locations. We're in a location right outside of Pine Ridge right now, right behind the Lakota Cafe, right?
Yes, that's correct, and I'm happy Miss Patty Borns, who is the owner of the cafe, is sponsoring this one. You know, it really helps to have people like her to be able to provide a meal for the workers that come here, the veterinarians, showed appreciation. One of the things that we've really initiated on this was to learn to care for our own horses. And with their help, we would learn more about taking care of our animals. And right now we are. The Dr. John Geeky and his wife Lynn and their daughter Lindsay have been real instrumental in making sure that we get an education out of this, along with just physically learning about them. It's not a classroom setting, it's on hands. And I think our native people for many years are very visual people, so on hands training is really a must here. So as you notice today, we have little children riding their horses in to get taken care of. Dr. John and his wife Lynn participate in a yearly thing with us. We do a mother-daughter ride. We do a variety of rides throughout the year. This particular year, 2013, I would like to say thank you to the Olga Sioux tribe, our tribe, who has helped sponsor some of our events this year and really stepped up. In the years past, it's been somewhat of a struggle getting things organized. We pack around portable corrals that are excellent for any place, anywhere. If you want to cowboy up or cowgirl up, and it's really decent, as you see behind us.
Gelding?
And she's going to put it in at about 20 to 30.
Gelding also? Okay.
What's the, I think he's 3-year-old. What's that called?
Are we cutting him? No, okay. What's his name?
His name
Baby Boy. Baby Boy? Okay, any of these 4 have anything unusual that you need looked at, or just the routine stuff?
Hi, I'm John. This group that is in front of you is a great group of veterinarians that comes out to the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation to work with the Olga Sioux, with the Horse Spirit Society. We come out every year and have been for about 5 years now to help their culture and keep some of their kids out of gangs by helping them take care of their horses and teaching them good medicine for their horses, and helping people that might not have the means to take care of problems with their horses. So my colleagues here and I come out every year and try and help out and support the Horse Spirit Society. We all got involved over the past few years because of a good friend of ours, Paula. So Paula was a distributor for one of the drug companies that we work with, and basically got all of us involved and has done a great job of keeping things flowing. So we get a ton of reward out of being here, and just really enjoy helping out all the people out here, and are looking to help this program grow and get more people involved and get more support, both financially and with material items that the people out here can use to help keep their kids out of gangs by helping out the horses. So that's the basic background. And then everybody here would like to just, you know, say why they enjoy being here and what they get out of being here, so that we can spread that good news and hopefully get more people involved. So with that, I'm going to ask my colleagues here to take it and talk about it a little bit and say why they got involved. So I'm going to pass the baton to Judy here.
So I'm Judy, and about 4 years ago I was looking to do volunteer type work like this and didn't know where to turn, and at a AAEP, which is the American Association for Equine Practitioners, at one of their meetings I got talking to a woman in Arizona who does work on reservations in Arizona. She told me to talk to Mike Graper, who's another vet who has come here in the past. He told me to talk to Paula, and here I am, although I didn't make it the first year, but I knew a couple vet students who I got to come out here. And I enjoy it for all the same reasons John does, as well as the education of the vet students. I think it's just, it can't be beat, and they don't find this kind of education anywhere else. And I really enjoy seeing them do it and get to have hands-on experience. They really enjoy it. And as well as the education of the local people too. They want to learn, they want to do as much as they can for their horses, and they really enjoy asking questions and learning more about the health also.
And I'm Kimmy Casterly, and my husband Jim and I have been out here for 5 years now, and so we've enjoyed seeing the group grow, and we've enjoyed hearing from Percy and CJ, our local people that are helping the kids and helping the people through the Horse Spirit Society, how the kids benefit from the programs that they're doing. And so 5 years ago there was a group of 5 of us, and now, help me out, what are our numbers this year? 30? So about 30, so a combination of veterinarians, veterinary students, family, friends, and we've had farriers helping with the hoof work as well. I think one of the things that has stood out for me, just year to year, these have become our Lakota cowboy friends, and just hearing from year to year what's happened in their lives in the past year, and how their kids are doing on the reservation. And so it's gratifying to hear that the kids that are involved in the rides that they take them on, and that can be different overnight camping rides, their Wounded Knee Memorial Ride in the winter. But they're telling us that the kids that are involved in this are staying in school longer, and that's just so huge for the problems of drug abuse, alcoholism, dropout, suicide, that with the Horse Spirit Society help the kids, even the kids that would normally have access to horses, get back to their horse culture. And so we're glad just this small part, these few days that we come to town to help with the horses, but from there, again, what Percy and CJ and the Horse Spirit Society, what they're able to do with those horses for kids around the reservation.
It was Paula here in front of me that got me to come out here the first time. It had been 5 years ago. I used the term Shanghai. She likes to push what I would consider my comfort limits. I did not know what to expect, had no idea what we were doing, but it sounded interesting. We were going to come out and work on some of the horses on the reservation. I did not know what to expect coming out here. This is one of the poorest places in the whole country, and what I first envisioned was a lot of very thin horses. I was going to be afraid to even deworm them, worrying that I might kill one because I had such a load of worms. Well, I found through the years that we end up getting as much out of it on our own education as we give to them. We came out here, the horses are in incredible shape. We get to see horses actually living the way horses were designed to live. I do a lot of dentistry, horse teeth work, and to see how the difference is on these horses that are eating the way horses are supposed to eat versus the horses that I work on that are in stalls most of the day, might get out on some pasture. To see the difference there, see the difference on their feet work, and to see what condition these horses are in. Great condition out here. We were here last year, which was an incredible drought, and the horses were all in good condition. We'll see occasional ones that have something wrong, and that's what we're here to help them work out and hopefully fix. But the thing that stands out to me is how much we actually get out of it, even though we're coming to help others. And again, to just step out of what my normal practice routine is and how much I get used to my normal set of things. And then the first year was mostly vaccinations and some dewormings, looking at some different injuries and stuff, and it was a 2-day thing. They really wanted some castrations done and everything, and I was talking to Paula about that. And I said, hey, you know what you really need to do is give Ray a call. He would love that kind of stuff. So here's Ray. Shanghai also.
Yeah, I came the second year after Jimmy and Kimmy did the first year in that, and Paula had given me a call. A little bit about me and Jim. My parents met at the stables in Chicago, and my mom's best friend is Jim's mom. So we've been around horses forever, and that's kind of how Jimmy knew me. And Paula was my sales rep for a drug company, and so she called me, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll come out. And, man, it's just been wonderful. I can't believe how well these horses do out here. Like Jim said, they're being a horse. They're more like a horse than just about anything else I've ever worked on, and I think the other colleagues will say the same thing. They get to be more of a horse, and it's amazing how well they do and everything. And we do a lot of work to vaccinate them and castrate them and do all these things, but the others will agree with me. We get as much out of it, or more probably. We get a little camaraderie between the veterinarians. It's my wife and I use it as a vacation, even though we're working, all day long and doing what we normally do, but we all love what we're doing, and it's a chance for us to all give back, and that's why we do this kind of thing. And a little bit selfish, we get a lot out of it too ourselves, so that's about,
And the lady who started this all.
Yeah. All Paula's fault.
Yeah.
Or can we say it was Olivia's fault?
Yeah, it was Olivia's fault. Olivia Blackfeld Poirier took me under her wing 20-some years ago, and I've been coming out here forever. And at her memorial, her son gifted me with a quilt and said, hey, you got to talk to Paula, she's a horse vet, which I'm just a vet tech. But anyway, they surrounded me, and on my way home, I called Jim. And then I talked to Dr. Graper, and that's how it all started, and then everybody kind of talked to everybody. But the big reason I was here is because it was for the kids, because it's the horses that is their culture, and for Percy, because he's the one that keeps the kids off of drugs and alcohol. And we need more heroes like Percy, and John, and Judy, and Kimmy, and Ray, and Jim. And all their partners and all the vet students are just incredible. Their kind hearts are totally amazing. So they're the ones that make it work. I just kind of try to glue it together, I guess. So I'm very proud of everybody. And that's pretty much how it is. Well, as it started out, the first year we did 85 horses. We did one site in Manderson, and there it grew to 4 sites, which we do Oglala, Manderson, Kyle, and Wombly. And we are up to doing 756 horses, and that's a lot of horses to do in 4 days. So we are increasing every year. The vet students that are coming to learn, we have 12 this year. We started out with none. So, it's growing every single year, and we're covering more territories on the reservation out here. And we need to cover more areas because there's more horses and more people that need a lot of help.
Well, we thank you for joining us as we've brought you this program about the Olga Sioux, the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and more importantly, their new project, the Horse Spirit Society, helping themselves, helping their young people, and helping the 500-year-plus history of horses with the Lakota Sioux. They could use your help and support along with all of the vets while you watch the credits roll for all of the veterinarians, vet techs, and farriers and other people who went out all pro bono to assist with the Horse Spirit Society. If you want to learn how to help, contact them on Facebook. That's Facebook, Horse-Spirit-Society. Get a hold of them. They're located in Manderson, South Dakota. And thank you for watching this presentation.